short story that I wrote just this last year. It's called Seeing Stars. I was 11 when my siblings and I were sent to stay with my Uncle Dan. Douglas was 15, Celeste 13, and my little brother Shiloh was 5. Everybody knew Dan was crazy. He lived on the outside. God did things to people, everyone said so. But my parents thought it would be a good idea for us to spend a weekend with him. So I packed my bag with a few extra air canisters and masks, though Mom swore that I wouldn't need them out there. And I, Janie Kessel, got ready to spend my first night outside the wall. We drove almost all day. I spent most of the time staring out the back air shield, watching the city with its sky-rise apartments and tall black smokestacks, all ringed in by the 20-foot cement wall fitted with radiation dispersal units, disappear behind us. The sun was setting by the time we got to Uncle Dan's cabin, nestled at the foot of the mountains. Shiloh had fallen asleep. Douglas was pulling Celeste's hair, making her cry. And me, I was mourning my fate. What was Mom thinking? Dan met us on the porch as we got out of the cruiser. It was the first time I had seen him since I was younger than Shiloh. Funny, I didn't remember him being this short. My mom embraced us, told us to be good, and then she was gone. Come on then, said Dan, lifting Shiloh onto his shoulders. He headed into the cabin, letting us follow. His house was a junk museum. Every surface was covered in random tech from almost every century. There was an ancient-looking holograph projector on one table, sitting next to what looked like a laptop from the Second Era. What did he do with all this? As we looked around, Dan just stood there, arms crossed, watching us. After a while, Douglas broke the silence. So is it true that there are still bears and snakes and things out here? What's all this stuff for? A spaceship? Do you have food, or do you eat weeds and things? If you stay outside at night, will you really freeze to death? And can you really see stars? And what's... Whoa. Breathe, kid, Dan interrupted. Good questions. Hey, look, I got an idea. Everybody grab a coat. I've got something to show you. He was starting to grin, and it made my stomach do a nervous flip. He was crazy. Where was he going to take us? An hour later, we were halfway up a mountain in Dan's all-terrain cruiser. My head was throbbing and my eyes were clenched shut, trying not to imagine my violent death in a crumpled wreck at the bottom of a cliff, when suddenly we slammed to a stop. What's wrong? Shiloh asked. Celeste whimpered. I opened my eyes a crack to see something white and massive standing in the road in front of us. What the heck is that? Of course, Douglas was the one to say it. That, kids, is a cow. With that, he opened the door. Douglas scrambled out after him, and I, not wanting to be outdone by Douglas, did too. Now that my eyes were open, the night was brighter than I had expected. Not taking my eyes off the giant white beast, I went over to where Dan stood. Behind me, I heard Celeste and Shiloh following. Dan picked up Shiloh again, supporting his small body with one arm, and he pointed up at the sky. Look, buddy, he said. Wow! Shiloh sucked in a loud breath, causing the rest of us to pull our eyes away from the cow and follow his gaze skyward. The air seemed to leave my body all at once as I saw the stars for the first time. I had heard about them at school, but had never imagined that there were so many. The sky was on fire. They clustered and swirled in every direction, all different sizes and colors, and seemed to go on forever. I stared until the hugeness of it made me feel dizzy, the lights spinning and dancing. A few minutes later, Dan put a hand on my shoulder, pushing me back toward the cruiser. I don't want to go yet, I said. Can't we stay a little while longer? In answer, Dan stopped, lifting Shiloh up onto the roof of the cruiser, and then reached down to hoist me up too. He helped Celeste and Douglas climb and then pulled himself up behind them. We all scooted to make room. The cruiser bobbed a little under our weight, but otherwise stayed put. For once, Celeste didn't look scared, and Douglas didn't seem to be inclined to poke anyone. We just sat there, looking at the stars. Then, after a while, Dan began to talk. We listened silently as he told stories of a time before the company moved in with all their factories, before the wall was built, when it was always safe to breathe outside, when grass grew everywhere, and the sky was as blue as mine and Celeste's eyes. He told us about flowers and trees and towns sprawling across valleys with big houses and yards. He told us of natural lakes and rivers with water so clean you could drink it. He told us about at least 100 different types of animals that used to live in this area before they all died off, and how people even used to keep animals as pets. He talked about how someday he hoped we would see those things again. We stayed there, listening to his stories and watching the stars, until one by one we fell asleep. The last thing I can remember was a realization beginning to bloom inside of me. When you're a child, you have no concept of space or time. There is only here and now. Such remains the case until something happens to change it. That was the moment for me. I began to comprehend a vast universe of befores and an even bigger universe of afters, and swirling all around me were endless elsewheres. And I was in the heart of it all, in the nucleus of the everything. And for some reason, none of that scared me. I felt like I had finally come home. I smiled to myself as, listening to Dan's voice, I slipped away into dreams of dancing light.